Yeah, man, one.
Of French, Dutch.
Yeah, man, one. This movie I've just seen a video about. I was gonna make another video about the war in Sudan, and I think today was already happening then. On, man.
Rises and falls in accordance with the whimsical rainfall of the tropics and penetrates the darkest recesses of the jungle. The long, hard journey is made by dragging canoes through roaring rapids.
Everybody looks down upon by themselves, looking like Africa. I know so.
Must pay a bride price or dowry to the bride's family, and if he discovers
That's why they trying to functional enemy.
of French, Dutch, English, and Portuguese, which outsiders may understand, and DP talkie, a secret language known only to themselves. Affairs of vital importance are discussed in the DP talkie tongue. They have no written language. In Jukaland, the man builds many houses, for he is prolifically polygamous, and each of his wives must have her own home. The father may have 5 or...
Yeah, man, one. This movie I've just seen a video about. I was gonna make another video about the war in Sudan and all that, because it's not being covered by anyone really. There is many casualties in Sudan and all that. But anyways, man, because of all this Israelite stuff on the internet, there is many people coming out now questioning all these things. You can see over there and a blogging theology, and Hamza Karamali. Hamza Karamali is I've seen a part one where he was in this video. I've seen it, but they spoke about it, and he was really called out by this guy blogging theology to explain himself for saying if for questioning really if Israelis and Ashkenazis and those things, if they are really children of the book they claim to be. Yeah, the same kind of stuff. This is really the flyer he had on it. This is the flyer. This is what I saw, and I was like, man, this is a job for the Israelites. Can answer this with their Bible, man, their 16:11 or whatever. Whether you believe the Israelites or you believe these guys, the so-called Israelis, for me, it's up to you. But the thing is, I stand different in all this, because I'm gonna read a part. I'm gonna read a part about the last time I said I was gonna read it, I didn't do it. So this time I'm gonna read it. This is what I'm gonna. These guys who's calling out black Israelites and so all those things, they are the one who killed the people on the plantation. They were the one hiring other black people to come into the jungle, or they would come there. So many ways, man. I've spoken many times about that, but you can go and read this. Like I told you, Israel was in Suriname before it was in Canaan. It's written by an Harold Selbing, Jodes van de Jerusalem on the river. And this thing is, I'm showing this because all these guys being called out, like like in this one, Jewish black solidarity. But this guy who is saying this is the killer of the black guy. That's what I don't understand. So the murderer of my people who never repaid anything told themselves that they forgive themselves, or not even forgive themselves. They don't feel guilty for what they've done. They consider themselves children of God. But even if you consider yourself children of God, I do not accept your God. Just saying, I do not accept or respect or whatever with your God. Have nothing to do with it. It's an idea. That's why it's called theology, theory. That's why this guy's channel is blogging theology, because it's based on theory. It's secular for God is secular for the Caucasian people, for the other races. In my culture, you cannot say I'm Islam or I'm Christian, and based on that's your identity. It doesn't work like that in my culture. And I'm an ancient and people. So all these things, secular things, is new stuff for you. My ancient culture is my ancient culture, and my name is, I've already shown you many times, my alphabet of the Yuga and all those things. All those Surinamese stories are false stories, man. Made up stories and all those stuff. But anyways, I won't go into much about it. Let's see if I can find some of those things here. Now I'm gonna leave it for now. I was gonna show you. I've shown it many times already, man. So if somebody wants to see maroon writings, all those stuff, or alphabet, you can go and look one of my old videos on this scripted channel, and you might find it. But anyway, so you can see now everybody is coming out. There is now even the 12 sons of Ishmael. Let's see if I can find it, man. There is now also I've seen something about the 12th tribe of Ishmael. In Suriname, my tribe, they have Tualufulo. Tualufulo means 12th tribe. My ancient, not ancient religion, ancient god. So, and the best thing is really to do a DNA test and prove to the world that you are whom you say you are. Let's see, the 12 tribes of Ishmael it was. I think it was like this, something like this. Yeah, this is it. Let me make a picture of this one quick. You see? Blah. So everybody is now the 12th tribe, man. And the thing is, every time black people will get up, even if it's about slavery, other people will stand up and say, I was enslaved also, man. Why speak on it? And the thing for me is, black people are not allowed to speak on their business. Do you understand that? Black people are not allowed to speak on anybody else's business, but they will speak on black people's business, man. That's strange to me. Let's see this. All these people will come to black people neighborhood and speak on black things, black people, art, music, everything. But they hate black people. And then they will ask you, do you hate us? Well, I hate the killer of my people if you question me. You see? Everybody hates a murderer, I think. Here, the 12 tribes of Ismail and all those stuff. That is also now out here. But anyways, I'm gonna jump to this. Before I read that, let's go to this. Where was it, man? Yeah, this and blogging theology. Are the Jews the chosen people of God with Shaikh Hamza Karamali and this guy, I don't know his name. His channel is blogging theology, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me bring this window up so we can see it. I will translate it to Dutch. Fair use video review, Dutch translation, just like I always do, man. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this and just translate it here, man. Boom. Oh yeah, these are some Campbell stuff. Yeah, man. So let's hear it, man. I'ma play it and let's hear the story. Fair use video review, Dutch translation, educational purpose. After that, I'ma show and Bishop Nathanyel, where he will explain. You can see it over there already. He will speak on the crafty council and explain parts of all these things. I won't speak too much with my own opinion on this. I'm just showing you what's out there, what I want. So let's see it, man. Fair use video review.
Hello everyone and welcome to Blogging Theology. Today I'm delighted to talk again to Sheikh Hamza Karamali. You're most welcome, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hello everyone and welcome to Blogging Theology. Today I'm delighted to talk again to Sheikh Hamza Karamali. You're most welcome, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Always a pleasure, Paul.
Good to have you back, sir. Now, you may know Hamza Karamali for his famous Quranic Case for God free video series. I'll link it in the description below. But he's also recently produced a series that analyzes what's happening in Gaza from a theological perspective. His series is called The Truth About Palestine That Nobody's Talking About. And again, links in the description below. He's questioned in that series whether the Jews really are the chosen people of God. And he argued that the Dome of the Rock is the third temple that the Jews have been waiting for, and that they missed the third temple by 1,000 years. So you've said, Sheikh, that your analysis of what's happening in Gaza is different from how many other people are currently analyzing it in the news, for example. What exactly is different about it?
Well, I think the thing that is consuming all of our hearts and minds, and it should be consuming all of our hearts and minds, is the loss of life, innocent people who are being killed. And so how do we stop it? So we're doing political advocacy, and we're doing this within the secular world that we live in, appealing to notions of human rights, which we have a tradition of from within Islam as well, and international law. So in our activism to help our brothers and sisters in Palestine, using these secular concepts, I think that what's happened is that we haven't spent time analyzing what's happening from a theological perspective. Right. And that's really important for a number of reasons. One reason is that we as Muslims, this is what we're motivated by. And so we have a vision of what is happening in the Holy Land. The Holy Land is holy to us. We have a vision of what happens to Judaism and Christianity. So it's important for us to kind of make sense of this ourselves and really understand what's going on. I think another reason why this is important is because when things are politicized, I'm not a political scientist. I'm not a political analyst. It's not my specialty. I'm a theologian. Yeah. So what I observe is that what happens is that whenever there's tensions, there's conflict, then the sense of opposition, it creates a distance between people that is not really there. And when we look at the theology of it, then we can see that actually the Jews and the Muslims, they're actually talking about the same things, and it's not about what the secular narrative is portraying. It's about something else. So I think that's important to see, so that we can engage in a dialogue. We can have a conversation, and having that conversation is really really important. So that's what's different. Like how do I, as a Muslim, based on my understanding of the Quran, based on my understanding of Judaism, how do I analyze what's really happening here?
That's very useful. Yeah.
Do you see? He's really scared to answer the question. The answer was, are those people, those Israelis, the children of the book? And he in another video he was explaining from a secular point. But what I'm saying is, why not just do a DNA test, and it would be over in a second, man. Let's see if I can find this video here. It would be over in a second. But the thing is, he is also scared to really speak on it. He's doubting. He has many doubts, man. I'm looking for a video here. If I can find it, we'll check it out later, man. Let's keep on going with this one. So I'm gonna play it a bit more, and you will hear that he will speak for such a long answer to come and say, and he's not anti-Semitic or whatever. But anti-Semitics are Afro people. That's what I know. Yeah, but let's hear it. Fair use video review. I don't respect any religion out there, man. Me, I have my own God. It's time people out there know that me, I'm maroon. I'm not one of the Negroes in slavery. Oh, we know nothing. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Various video review. If you don't know what maroon is, go look it up. We have our own God, our own alphabet, our own everything. All this foolishness out here. Yeah, I don't care who has God or has no God. It's most important to me is that I have my God. But if you come out here speaking on black people also, you will get answers from people like me. Just saying. Fair use video review. Don't think all black people are bug broken. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm really saying. Fair use video review. Let's hear it, man.
So the way that we need to start is that there is before I look at how I analyze it, I think it's important to understand how the Jewish people analyze it, because this isn't I don't believe that it's just like a secular thing. Israel is a Jewish homeland. Judaism is the national religion. There may be many people who are atheists, many people who are secular, but Jewish beliefs, they are shaping the events that are happening. So if I just give like a brief summary, and then we'll unpack it as we continue the conversation.
Okay. Yeah.
But the basic idea is that the Jewish people believe that they are the chosen people of God. And what that means is that they have a privileged relationship with God. And that privileged relationship comes about by virtue of their descent from Israel, who's the prophet Jacob.
And this is the story they told the people in South Africa. We are the children of God. You have to go into slavery. So black people in Suriname, you have to go into slavery, and the Native Americans, the same story. But to me, it's strange because these people get melanoma in the sun and they don't want to do no DNA test. I've shown the video where DNA test was done, and the result was yeah. Let's hear it. So I'm speaking on this because these Israelis are the one who murdered my people in Suriname. They were hiring other black people from wherever and sending them into the jungle to fight other blacks. That's what I know. And I'm gonna read it in a second. I'm gonna show one more video. Let's hear this one just a little bit more. But you can see that even this Hamza Karamali, this Muslim guy, he's hesitating to answer the question. He's hesitating to answer the question while his people is being gunned down in Gaza. But that's up to him. I'm just showing you what's out there, man. Whether you wanna believe what he's saying or not is up to you. Various video review. I've just shown you also that there is 12th tribe of Ismail. Me, I don't care about all those things because I have my own culture. You cannot step into my culture. Let that be no. I've told that story also many times. If your mother is not from my tribe or the 12th tribe, you cannot be in our culture. Just saying. Various video review. Let's see it, man.
By virtue of that, God gave idea is that shaping the events that are happening. So if I just give like a brief summary, and then we'll unpack it as we continue the conversation.
Okay. Yeah.
But the basic idea is that the Jewish people believe that they are the chosen people of God, and what that means is that they have a privileged relationship with God, and that privileged relationship comes about by virtue of their descent from Israel, who's the prophet Jacob, and by virtue of that, God gave them the holiest place on earth, which is the place where the Dome of the Rock is standing, the Temple Mount, that area. They have a God-given right to that area, and they believe, it's part of Jewish faith, that there will be a great king, who they call the Messiah, who will come and he will rebuild the Temple of Solomon, and that involves destroying the Dome of the Rock. And when he does that, then the Jewish people will become a great power, global power, and all the nations will come to them and pay homage to them. So this shapes the way that the Jewish people they view what is happening in Palestine.
That's why I'm showing this, because this story is the same story of the slavery. We are the children of God and we're gonna kill you. That was the story, and we don't regret it. You cannot blame us for what our forefathers did, but they still have the money here. The golden carriage of Suriname is being driven by the king in the Netherlands. Yes, with slaves drawn on it. America is still in their possession. They still in South Africa doing whatever they like. And they dare speak on discrimination. Just saying. What you think of this is up to you. I'm just showing you what's out there. Morality is, yeah, that's why they would lack morality, because it's called moral. Just saying. Various video review. I'm gonna jump to another video and hear the one where one of these guys was talking to the black guy. Let's hear it.
Dumisani, you spoke so eloquently about the relationship that Jews have had with blacks in America. Dumisani, you spoke so eloquently about the relationship that Jews have had with blacks in America. I think there's a natural affinity. We have similar stories, enslavement and the like. And I've been a huge fan of Dr. King. I've studied his sermons, and he worked. A huge fan of Dr. stories, enslavement and the like. Dumisani, you spoke so eloquently about the relationship that Jews have had with blacks in America. I think there's a natural affinity. We have similar stories.
We have similar stories. That's why I'm making these videos. These people must be crazy. Similar story with whom? You are the one who killed my people. Let's read it immediately. Let's read Yoda Savannah. This is his people. Let's read what is written right there. Let's read it, man. And know what Agwan. Let me bring this here. So I'm putting the I'm placing this here in the front so you can watch what Agwan when I'm reading this you can hear it. Fair use no, I don't have to say fair use video review. I'm just gonna read this. Let's hear it, man. Remember, he said we've got similar story because they were in slavery. I don't know when they were in slavery, when they are the enslavers of my people, not of the black people, of my people. And we're gonna read it right now. Right now, we're gonna read this foolishness. These are the people who killed my people in Suriname, man. These same Israeli in South Africa and everywhere, and they wanna come and speak on Afro culture, on Afro-Semitic culture. That, man, let's hear it. Fair use video review, man.
OSO. Journal of Surinamese Linguistics, Literature and History. Harold Sigilbing Joden Savan, The Jerusalem on the River, A Contested Heritage. In recent years, ER has been widely published and exhibited about Surinamese jury. One rightly so, a very fascinating and special aspect of Surinamese history in which agrarian Sephardic Jews were one of the first groups of settlers to make a significant contribution to the history of Suriname, at the expense of many enslaved indigenous people and Africans. This article focuses on the various Jews were one of the first groups of settlers to make a significant contribution to the history of Suriname, at the expense of many enslaved indigenous people and Africans. At the expense of many enslaved indigenous people and Africans. At the expense of many enslaved indigenous people and Africans. Harold Sigilbing Joden Savan, The Jerusalem on the River, A Contested Heritage. In recent years, ER has been widely published and exhibited about Surinamese jury. One rightly so, a very fascinating and special aspect of Surinamese history in which agrarian Sephardic Jews were one of the first groups of settlers to make a significant contribution to the history of Suriname, at the expense of many enslaved indigenous people and Africans. This article focuses on the various challenges of managing, conserving and interpreting the monumental heritage of Joden Savan, the historic religious center of the Sephardic Jews. In the same way, making it accessible to the public against the background of the different views, feelings and interpretations towards Jewish colonization is a challenge. Especially against the background of the many privileges that this group has historically had compared to the indigenous and Afro-Surinamese groups. The management of a contested heritage is always marked by numerous obstacles. What is the position of the stakeholders? To what extent are the management goals and actions contrary to the group interests of them? With the establishment of Joden Savan as a protected monument, a very important step has been taken towards the appreciation and preservation of this ancient settlement and our material heritage. The interpretation towards users and visitors is not unambiguous, but is multivocal. Jews were one of the first groups of settlers to make a significant contribution to the history of Suriname, at the expense of many enslaved indigenous people and Africans. Jews were one of the first groups of settlers to make a significant contribution to the history of Suriname, at the expense of many enslaved indigenous people and Africans. Introduction and historical background 2. An OSO publication with a focus on cultural heritage is incomplete without paying attention to Joden Savan, a historically renowned historical Jewish enclave of the 17th and 18th centuries. Roughly a century, the heyday of this settlement was in 1685 with the inauguration of 2. Given the tenor and focus of this article, I refer readers who are interested in historical details to the above-mentioned publications that give a good picture of the Jewish colonization in Suriname. The majestic synagogue Berahar V'Islam, blessing and peace, lasted. Plagued by declining harvests, combined with financial problems, a large debt burden, attacks by Maroons and an increase in poor Jews from Amsterdam 3. Plagued by declining harvests, combined with financial problems, a large debt burden, attacks by Maroons and an increase in poor Jews from Amsterdam 3. Plagued by declining harvests, combined with financial problems, a large debt burden, attacks by Maroons and an increase in poor Jews from Amsterdam 3, the inhabitants left their settlement and settled in Paramaribo or abroad, again in search of new economic prospects. Joden Savan was praised as Jerusalem on the River, for it was the symbol of the Jewish planter class and the pride of the Jews who, because of the Inquisition in Spain and Portugal since the end of the 15th century, found their escape route via Amsterdam and other European cities to Brazil and the Caribbean, among other places, in search of places where they could build a dignified existence as free followers of Judaism.
You see, as free followers of Judaism. To them, it's a religion. Jukasama, Jusama is my tribe in Suriname. One of my tribe in Suriname is called Jusama. Go to Suriname, you will find tamaling, like tamare in Egypt. Tamaling is in Suriname. Daume is in Suriname. Palenque is in Suriname. Yes. Jumang country. Yeah, the Jumang country is in Suriname. It's a village. Yeah, when I speak, all these people have to give back all the gold and money they have taken from my people. Before they open their mouth and the blood they have shed. They have to go into the ground and then take back the blood and bring it back into the babies they have killed of my tribes in Suriname. Till then, don't speak on anything about suffering. I don't want to know it. Just saying. Those want to know it, fine. But you're not going to come out and then write things like this. Yeah, with Shabbat, if I read more, you will see that with Shabbat, the black people had free and all these things. And it states followers of Judaism. Followers, just like Eminem is a follower of hip-hop. Eminem is emulating a black man. UB40, so-called king of reggae, they are emulating black people. Just like these people are emulating black people and then come, why don't you accept that you are a murderer of my people? It's written everywhere and that's why you ran away from Suriname, fighting against Maroon. What these people would do is go and get other black people from anywhere. They would go to Africa. Those Negroes were called saltwater Negro because they had to cross the Atlantic Ocean. They had names for everybody. And it was not their real name. They would make up a name. They would go into the jungle, catch Maroon, bring them to the plantation, kill them, hang them, so everybody could, as an example for everybody. And these people want to come and say, we have similar... No, not with me, you don't. To me, you ain't human, nigga. Crazy. Murder of my people is gonna tell me that we are the same. You must be sick. Various video review. Let's see it, man. Maybe with other black people, because many black people were in the army with them. Maybe they mean those. But me, I'm Maroon. I will read it once again for you so you can hear what the situation was with these people and my people in Suriname, nigga. You're crazy. You see, this thing I was reading is now stuck. it's like the computer, not the computer, but it's like they know somebody is one of these niggas reading the paper, man. And this is written by their own people. That's why it's even written in a good way. They don't mention the killings of the babies and nothing. They wrote this. Let's hear it, man.
Tijdschrift voor Surinaamse taalkunde.
Let's hear it again. I'm read it again, man. You must listen to. They will tell you their enemy was Maroons. Me, who is speaking. These people brought 500 years against my people. You crazy? You're gonna talk to city Negroes when the king of the Netherlands, Holland, came to Suriname. Hey, they didn't go to the Maroons. You must be sick. You think this Caucasian king will come to Suriname and then come to my people, Maroons? Go back and learn your history, man. You don't recognize my people as human beings, and we don't recognize you as being human being because hue is color. Hue means color. Do you have color? Thought so. Let's leave it at that. What other people think about you is their business. I don't recognize you're having a god. I don't recognize you having a god. You are a murderer of black people. That's what we know in Suriname and America and South Africa. Even today, Congo. Leopold is one of these people, killed 20 million people, and you want to come and say, I'm sorry, and everything's supposed to be good. Man, don't rub the cunt. So I'm jump to another video here, man. And let's hear it again, what he was saying. Because this thing is, let's hear it again, man. This guy is gonna say, we have similar background, and if you say that, it's Semitism. Because in their mind, black people are so stupid, they don't know anything. So their forefathers lied to them, and they will realize that soon enough. You are a child of God, but you get melanoma, you get skin cancer in the sun. You are a child of God, but you get skin cancer in the sun. Yeah, the sun really loves you. I thought Jesus was the sun. The sun really loves you, man. That's why the sun is giving you melanoma. Don't you hear the name? Melanoma. Mali. That's why you have something called Mali. Mari, Mali, Mer, More. Just saying. Fair use video review. These guys, they have no pride. Yeah, they have a pride. And in Amsterdam, where man and man will walk together. Yeah. Various video review. Let's hear this once again, man. This craziness. These people, as soon as black people are doing their stuff, these people will come there and try to insert themselves as being important or like they mean anything. Maybe they mean something to Negroes, but not to Maroons. Yeah? These people mean nothing to my people. Nothing. They are murderers. You're sick. Various video review. Let's hear it, man.
Enslaved. Dumisani, you spoke so eloquently about the relationship that Jews have had with blacks in America. I think there's a natural affinity. We have similar stories, enslavement and the like. And I've been a huge fan of Dr. King. I've studied his sermons, and he worked off the whole Yetziat Mitzrayim, the whole Exodus from Egypt narrative in the Bible in framing the civil rights movement. And, Jews are so proud of the part we played. I don't want to over exaggerate it, but.
You mean the part you played in killing and enslaving black people? And then bombing and Black Wall Street? Killing Maroons in Suriname and South Africa? That's what we want you to speak on. The rest is foolishness. Various video review. Let's hear it, man.
There was a significant. Dumisani, you spoke so eloquently about the relationship that Jews have had with blacks in America. I think there's a natural affinity. We have similar stories, enslavement and the like. And I've been a huge fan of Dr. King. I've studied his sermons, and he worked off the whole Yetziat. Dumisani, you spoke so eloquently about the relationship that Jews have had with blacks in America. I think there's a natural affinity. We have similar stories, enslavement and the like. And I've been a huge fan of Dr. King. I've studied his sermons, and he worked off the whole Yetziat Mitzrayim, the whole
Dr. King did not work out anything. Dr. King was and papers were written by Caucasian, by these guys. I Have a Dream, it was not written by Dr. King. Dr. King didn't write anything. What they will do is take a blackface and then write a story for the blackface to go out there and speak stuff. Literally, Zwarte Piet. This is the same people who are having Zwarte Piet party here in Amsterdam. His king has a Nazi pass. The King of Holland has Nazi pass. And they want to come and talk about, yeah, man, let's leave it at that, man. Maybe to Negroes they will speak this kind of talk, but not to Maroons. So I'm gonna leave. Let's hear it a bit more, man, because he's gonna try to blame and say that he's it's anti-Semitic to speak against you. Go, man. Yeah, you are a murderer, and we understand. The world understands now that you have no morality when they look at Gaza. Everything is happening in Gaza is what was happening in Suriname and South Africa, North America, Congo. Who was doing it? This killer. Who is saying he was with Dr. King fighting for black people. What did I say in the other videos? We're gonna fight oppression together. You are the oppressor. But between these guys, black people are so stupid. What we gonna do? We are the German Nazi, Ashkenazi, but we're gonna change our name to Israeli. And then make law. Just like slavery was also a law. Yes, if you didn't know. They had written down, let's kill black people, and they did. That's this what you're seeing, OSO Journal. Nigga. These people were killing my people in Suriname for years. 500 years, not 50 days. And they want to come and talk about, like, when was this guy in slavery? In Egypt? Did you have sunblock? Are you the one on the wall? Why didn't you people build pyramids in Europe? Why did these Caucasian Ashkenazis and Sephardim and Caucasian people, why didn't they build pyramids in Europe if they were in Egypt building pyramids? Who is on the wall in Egypt? Write the hieroglyphics. We don't need no translation anymore. You can go and read the hieroglyphics on the wall so we can hear the real language of the ancient Egyptian, because you was in slavery with them. Ik spreek Nederlands, want er zijn mensen in Suriname die in slavernij waren. That's why I speak Dutch. I speak Dutch because black people in Suriname were with you people in slavery. In Dutch is his language. Ik sprak ook Duits. Yeah, aap. Monkeys have no curls. Just saying, if you didn't know. If somebody doesn't even know that monkeys do not have curls and say monkey monkey to black people, you must understand that such a people have no brains. If you are Caucasian and you're gonna tell black people, hey, you monkey, and you don't realize that you have the hair of every animal on the planet. These people have the hair of every animal on the planet and they still dare to come and talk to black people about this and that. Black people is the only one who has no animal hair on his body. Every other nation has animal hair. We have king kang hair. That's why it's called King Kiri, King Kiri, conquering lion of Judah. Nigger. That's why where I come from is called Njuka. Njuka. Hey, let's leave it at that, man. I'm gonna jump to another video and let's hear let's hear a bit about this more, man.
Exodus from Egypt. Dumisani, you spoke so eloquently about the relationship that Jews have had with blacks in America. I think there's a natural affinity. We have similar stories, enslavement and the like. And I've been a huge fan of Dr. King. I've studied his sermons, and he worked off the whole Yetziat Mitzrayim, the whole Exodus from Egypt narrative in the Bible in framing the civil rights movement. And, Jews are so proud of the part we played. I don't want to over-exaggerate it, but there was a significant part, not just Heschel, like you were mentioning, but
the part you played is right there, killing black people. It's called Jode Savannah aan de rivier in Suriname. Gek. Go there and speak on that. I'm gonna leave this one alone and jump to another video because to me they mean nothing. The word Blanca, their real name is Blanca, and Blanca means invisible. Musungu, the sinker, ondergedompeld, beneath, under. Yeah, let's leave it at that, man. Let's leave it at that. Let's go to Pastor. No, let's watch a small part of Zabach, where Zabach will let this guy kiss his feet, man. This is Priest Zabach, but Priest Zabach will tell you Africans are not his people, but that is up to him. I'm just showing you what I want. Fair use video review, man. You don't have to believe anything I say. I'm just showing you what's out there and what I know about my culture. Nobody will come out here and speak anything against any black people. You crazy? You murderer, genocide committer will come out here and act like you mean something. You mean nothing. Your God is nothing. Your God is nothing. And you know it. You have no God. That's why you killed black people for over 400 years. And the devil is coming here to say, I played a part in free. Man, I don't know how stupid these people think black people are, man. And black people must be stupid because one of them is even sitting there. And yeah, let's leave it at that, man. It's up to him. It's his life. So let's move to Zabach and check here. Zabach will get this one. Fair use video review.
To the white race, Proverbs 29:2, and they need to go sit Biden ass down. You better put a Trump back in there, man. Yeah, that man need to go. That man need to go take several seats, man. Biden need to go take several seats. Go take several seats. I need to get from the top. Proverbs 29:2, and when the right side of the body, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear it rule, the people fall. As you so-called white people are ruling, the earth is ignoring. That's what's wrong, man, because you so-called white people are ruling. Y'all gotta be taken out of power. I know some of the mistakes gonna be arrested. No doubt about it. Excuse me? I own some mistakes white people. I've definitely made mistakes. Yeah. Would you apologize for it? Sean, would you apologize for it? Absolutely. All right, would you do an action to show your apology? Depends on the action. Right, that's... okay. It's gonna be a surprise. Right. Step up, Sean. Step up. Step up, Sean. Right, let's have 49. I said 49.3. Good. And the king shall be thy nursing father. Good. And the queen thy nursing mother. Good. They shall bow down to thee. But Sean, where you from, Sean? From America. What are you talking in terms? Why you want to be like Bonnell and not say where you're from? That the king shall be diverse in fathers, and the queens diverse in mothers. They shall bow down to their they shall bow down with their face towards the earth. You put your face towards the earth, Sean. Right? Go ahead. And pick up the dust of thy feet. Now would you kiss my boot and say sorry for the white race? Go!
At least this Caucasian is saying, man, I know what happened. It happened. See, this is a different mentality. You'll be like, yo, I know that happened, man. Yeah. I told you 70% of every crew of people is gonna vanish. The 2/3 in your Bible in my culture is 70% because 7 out of 10 will perish. Yes. Nobody has to do anything. Black people can lie down in their bed. I say so. If you didn't know, now you know. You've seen Zabach. Maybe tomorrow I'll show another part about Zabach. Right now, I just wanted to show you what is all about sometimes. But yeah, man. But even Zabach will tell you Africans are not his people or whatever because they sold his people into slavery. But there's the same story the Caucasian told the people in Suriname. Hate the African because they sold you into slavery. And they are so busy hating the Africans and Maroons. That's why they would join the Caucasian to attack Maroons. Because in Suriname and Maroons are considered to be Africans. Yes. That's why I say I'm not from a plantation. These Israelis were waging war against black people day and night for 500 years in Suriname, man. Can't tell me nothing about you and Dr. King working together, man. Hey, let's jump to Bishop Nathanyel and let him speak on Crafty Council. I won't speak too much between Bishop Nathaniel's part. I'm just gonna place it as a information, educational purpose for those who might be confused still why I speak like no, that's not the reason I speak like this. I know my culture, that's why I speak like this. In Suriname, many Surinamese Negroes will come and say, yes, but they are not all like that. I have no time to find out who is who. The people who killed my people look like this. Just like if a black guy is walking down the street and these people will dare to grab their bag. When these people see a black guy, they will grab their bag like the black guy is the thief when you stole my country and my gold and everything, raped all the women, and you want to put black people in jail. You went to Bolivia, you stole cocaine, and you make the cocaine powder and sold it to everybody. Went to China and got the Chinese people hooked on opium and killed them. You went to New Zealand and wiped all the Maori people. You went to Canada. You raped all the Native Americans' children that you have. They raped about 150,000 Native American children, and now they want to pay those people like $2 billion or something. The Catholic Church, to me, they all the same. Israeli, Catholic, and Christian, Protestant, they all the same. Don't let them fool you with, I'm democratic, I am Catholic, to me, you're the same. You are the murderer of black people, that's what we know. Don't come out here and tell no story, we don't want to hear it. At least I don't. But then again, I'm real maroon. Because I'm saying my real maroon, because you have now city maroons who will come to people like me and say, yes, they will come to you and say the same thing. They are not all like that. They are not all murderers. There are black people who are murderers too. Yeah, but we're speaking on this. Many of those black people who are murderers now is because they are hungry. They are hungry. Many black people who are stealing stuff is because they are hungry, because they were robbed by the one locking them up. Somebody will steal your stuff and then lock you up for trying to take it back. It's crazy. You think any maroon will come and say, yeah, you are the child of God. To your people, you are child of God. To us, you are the devil. You're crazy and sick. You've killed my people for over 500 years and you want to act like you are a human being. You must be sick, man. And these people will even tell you they will not even apologize. Not that I want apology. In my culture, if you kill my people, you will perish forever. As long as there is a sun, there a moon, you will pay. You and your children forever will perish. Just like you getting melanoma in the sun. Just saying. Children of God are getting melanoma, skin cancer in the sun. Yeah, man, that's the first one. Let's see. Let's jump to Bishop Nathanyel, and he will speak on the crafty counsel, because there's a good answer to all this. So there, let them go to the book. I was looking for the DNA video. I didn't find it just now. Maybe tomorrow I will show the DNA video again, where they do where the Israelis, they many of them, the younger one, they are doing DNA tests, and the DNA test is showing them what they really are: German people, Nazis, and Spain, Ashkenazi and Sephardim, and Caucasian from Poland and Denmark. I didn't know Jesus was walking in Denmark and Sweden and Poland and Germany. I didn't know. I thought what y'all say is Middle East is Africa. It's East Africa. Egypt is in East Northeast Africa. If you didn't know, Israel, so-called Canaan, is Africa. If you didn't know, just saying. I'm just stating it for those who are maybe too Fair use video review. Let's jump to Bishop Nathanyel quick. Let him explain all the, not really explain, he will bring it from the book, so he doesn't really have to explain anything. It's about you doing your own research after you've seen it. Let's hear it, man. Fair use video review. Bishop Nathanyel will bring it.
Powers. They've lifted up their head as God have enemies. An issue old a writ. So when we know that, you remember we had the class with Captain IEA, myself, and Bishop Yawasop. Guess what? You're going to see all these things flowing together. You understand? It's going to flow together. You need the repentance. You need me in the middle. And then you got Bishop that go deep into their soul. Then now you got Bishop Nathanyel that's going to take your mind to the real deep. If you ain't right, you ain't going to get it. Like Bishop said, let it pass over your head, all right? We catch with you later. Oh, praise to the Most High. Thank you, Deacon Love. I appreciate you. Yeah, I know English is your second language, but your prayers sometimes, I know the Lord can understand what you're praying about. Oh, that be deep, Bishop? That be deep prayers. Some Hebrew mix in there. Honor be thy name. Honor. I said, okay. Sisters, how are you doing this Sabbath? Brothers, how are you doing? Good. Oh, praises. All right, well, today's lesson is entitled Nazi Propaganda is the Ashkenazi Agenda. Nazi propaganda. Put the thumbnail on the screen so they can. Nazi propaganda is the Ashkenazi agenda. It's one and the same. Make no mistakes about it. All right. So the Catholic, many times our people separate Catholics from Protestants, Protestants from Catholics. The Protestants were those Edomites protesting against the Catholic Church. There's no difference between the Protestants and the Catholics. They both had us enslaved. Nazi propaganda is the Ashkenazi agenda. It's one and the same. Make no mistake.
If you want to know the truth about this, go to Suriname. Protestants were there. Catholics were there. Israelis, Ashkenazi, Sephardim were there. They were all there. All these Germans, and there is place in Suriname called Berlin. There is place called Groningen, just like in Netherlands. There is place called Haarlem, just like Haarlem, New York. Yes, it's also in Suriname. All these places you can find in the Netherlands and New York and America, they are in South America also. Because it's the same people doing it. What they'll do is change their name. When you say, hey, ain't you the Israeli who killed my people? No, I'm Protestant, man. What? Yeah, no, I'm not them. I'm Catholic. Oh, what? Yeah, no, I'm Seventh-day Adventist. What? I'm Democratic, man. No, I'm progressive. Just made up crazy sickness stuff and think black people will accept it. Sick black people will accept it. You crazy? I have my own culture. Your law does not apply to Maroons. Go look in your treaty. I know they don't respect no treaty. Caucasian law, Israeli law does not apply to Maroons. Go ask them why they left Suriname. Go ask the Ashkenazi and Sephardim and these people why they left Suriname. Nigga. Come speak here like you are human. You are a murderer. These people are even convicted by the International Court for genocide against black people, against Maroons and black people in Suriname and against Native Americans. Israelis and Dutch people, Caucasian, Poland, they all European, Caucasian, white men are convicted for genocide against my people. It's written right over there in your own paper. Nigga. You sick people is gonna come out here and say, I have the right to kill people because I'm child of God. Try to stop the melanoma, the skin cancer that you get in the sun. Then people might believe that you are child of God. Because it seems more like the son hates you. We thought the son was Jesus. Oh yeah, you don't believe in Jesus. These people said Jesus is in hell burning together with his whorish mother. Yeah. Just saying. Let's hear it. Let the bishop chop this foolishness up, man. And don't think the bishop agrees with me. I do not know Bishop Nathanyel whatsoever. I know his videos from 15 years back. I was distributing his video. I brought many of his videos to Suriname. I did that. Not only of him, also from ZABACH, from Israelite United. Yeah, no, not 144 gathering. There is another guy, Raka. I spread it, those guys. Like videos like even from Tasariak's crewman, ISUPK and those stuff. Because these guys, the Nazis, Nazis will come to you today and say, we have the similar... Man, get the fuck on, nigga. We have the similar stories. You are the one who killed my people and then now you wanna think... These people really think that they have brain, man. You see the same thing now in Gaza. They will kill these people and say, and there is Hamas is under the hospital. And first they was lying, we're not bombing the hospital. Oh, Hamas was there, yeah. 40 babies were beheaded. Where are they? Where are the 40 beheaded babies? Even this Biden came on television. Yeah, 40 babies are beheaded. Where are they? Where is the proof? This is not the time to speak about proof. Because we say so. Yeah, Saddam Hussein has mass destruction weapons. Bin Laden did it. Yeah. These people, yeah, man. They know nobody believes them. That's why they walking around with big guns and nuclear weapons in secrecy to kill anybody because they know everybody is on to them. You must be sick if you think any black people who know their history will collude and work with you together to fight oppression. You're sick. You have no morality. You have no empathy. Nigga, to use your own vocabulary against not even your own. We know y'all steal everything. Even let's not speak on Palestine. Let's leave it because even Islam and Catholics and Christian, they all had black people in this slavery thing. That's why I'm showing you this, the crafty council. Black people are the only one with curls in the world, man. We the only one with this hair on our head. That's why we look like each. Even the Shemites are Afro-Asiatic people. If you're too stupid, go and read a book. Afro people have curly hair. If you didn't know, kinky hair. If you have no curls on your head, you are not Shemite. You are shites. You get melanoma in the sun, but you are child of God. It seems more like the sun hates you. Maybe that's why you hate the sun right back. That's why you hate Jesus, right? Go and Google or YouTube that. Various video review. These are the murderers of my people, man. Don't let them come out here and say anything on black people. Never. I don't recognize your God. Never. I have defeated your God in Suriname. I, Maroon, has defeated your God in Suriname. Here, show. That's why you have this story. That's why they came, and they came to the Netherlands and they wrote stories that the Maroons were wild niggas in the bushes in Suriname who were killing Caucasian people. Yes! These crazy Israelis came to the Netherlands and they told everybody in Suriname, in South America, that there are black people in the jungle who like to kill Caucasian people. The same stories like they doing in Gaza now. Oh, the Hamas wants, the Muslims wants to kill us when they are killing the Muslims every day. The Muslims have black people in slavery too, so you can't say I'm taking it up for Muslims. But everybody can see it that you are killing the Muslims right now. For 75 years and saying, oh, we got to protect ourselves. How can you protect yourself in the home of somebody else? The invader is coming to protect himself in your home. These people, I don't know where they got their brain from. Really, real talk. They the most stupid people I ever encountered, man. That's why we defeated them in Suriname. Now they have to go everywhere and make slave movie. Maroon means stupid. Yeah, maroon is moron because you ran away from us. Yeah, you're supposed to be with us and suffer in silence. Yeah. Do you hate us? You are the devil. Nobody needs to hate you. They hate the devil. You the bakru, so we don't expect you to understand. I don't expect the devil to understand anything. Your job is to kill people. That's what the world knows right now with Gaza. Black people were saying it for millions of years, like, these Caucasians are murderers. Nobody believed it. Now they can see it. That's why this Israeli came out and say, the problem we have is with black youth. Because the black people know you are a murderer. You are not Israeli or Jewish or whatever. Not to me, you ain't. You ain't no child of God to me. You are the devil. You sick. These guys were feeding black babies to alligators in Suriname. And you wanna come and act like you are a human being? You are locking people up in prison today still. The same murderer in Suriname is now here making law against black people. We are fighting oppression together. You are the oppressor, stupid. These people told themselves black people are stupid and now they wanna approach you like that. No, you told yourself black people are stupid. Nigga, just like you told yourself you are a child of God, but you're getting melanoma in the sun, and you are from Poland, you are from Germany. I didn't know Jesus was walking in Germany, man. I never knew it. I never knew that Beowulf and Freya and what is his name? Zwarte Piet, Black Piet. Black Piet is your god. Krampus Yule. If you didn't know, now you know. Oh yeah, Black Piet is Jesus, some say. Let's leave it at that. Maybe Black Piet will come and punish you because you're still a child. Everybody on this planet is a child of someone. So Black Piet has the right to come and punish a wicked child. Understand that your black face is nothing. Nobody on this planet can come and discriminate against me, nigga. You get cancer in the sun. When will you come and discriminate against me? Yeah, you are a monkey. Monkeys have no curls. Yeah, you are a monkey. Monkeys have no curls. Those have the eyes will see. Those have the ears shall hear. Those have the eyes shall see. And those have the ears shall hear. Monkeys have no curly hair. They have straight hair just like you. And if you shave them, they are pink. Just like you. Because you are not white. You are pink. A ghost is white. That's why you got the animation movie Casper. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Exactly. Do you look like Casper the Friendly Ghost? Just saying. Various video review, man. When these people come and tell you anything about an oppression, yeah. Various video review. Let's listen to the bishop. Yeah, I know. Right now I said I was not gonna speak too much on this. Man. So I'm gonna let the bishop speak and leave it alone for a minute. And various video review, educational purpose, Dutch translation. I'm showing you this more so you people in Suriname and the Netherlands, Belgium, South Africa, where they speak Dutch, can get a bit of this kind of watagwan. You don't have to believe anything. You don't have to believe this bishop or Israelites. You don't have to believe anything. Everything will prove itself if it's true. You don't have to believe the sun, but in the morning it will come up. You don't have to believe the moon, but in the night it will come up. You don't have to believe the sea. Jump in it and it will get with you. Various video review. Let's see it, man.
Mistakes about it. Let's understand that this is a war. There's nothing personal, brother. All right, don't take it personal. This is a war. We're in a war. You understand, against Satan and his children, which is white folks. In case you're confused. All right, Bishop, you ready, sir? Yes, sir. 2 more minutes. 1 minute. Yes. So when we know that, you remember we had the class with Captain Arie, myself, and Bishop Yawasap. Guess what? You're going to see all these things flowing together. You understand? It's going to flow together. You need the repentance. You need me in the middle. And then you got Bishop that go deep into their soul. Then now you got Bishop Nathanyel that's going to take your mind to the real deep. If you ain't right, you ain't going to get it. Like Bishop said, let it pass over your head, all right? We catch with you later. Oh, praise to the Most High. Thank you, Deacon Love. I appreciate you. Yeah, I know English is your second language, but your prayers sometimes, I know the Lord can understand what you're praying about.
Oh, that'd be deep, Bishop?
That'd be deep prayers.
Some Hebrew mix in there.
Honor be thy name, honor. I said, okay. Sisters, how are you doing this Sabbath? Brothers, how are you doing? Good. Oh, praises. All right, well, today's lesson is entitled Nazi Propaganda is the Ashkenazi Agenda. Nazi propaganda. Put the thumbnail on the screen so they can. Nazi propaganda is the Ashkenazi agenda. It's one and the same. Make no mistakes about it. All right, so the Catholic, many times our people separate Catholics from Protestants, Protestants from Catholics. The Protestants were those Edomites protesting against the Catholic Church. There's no difference between the Protestants and the Catholics. They both had us enslaved, okay? So listen good, listen good. Catholic and Protestant white Christians have underhandedly hidden the truth of who we are. They've hidden our history. They've hidden our identity. They have changed the course of time. I'm talking about Protestants. I'm talking about Catholics. Recent depictions of St. Maurice that we went over last week, I'm going to touch on it again. They portray him as Caucasian in recent times. However, old original paintings of him or statues of him portray him as Negro, as black, as an Israelite, okay? So what I want to do is open up. Who's reading for me?
Officer Azaziah.
Oh, okay. Let's open up with Psalms 83.
Yes, sir.
And verse 1.
The book of Psalms.
Wait, let me get it. All right, go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God.
So Asaph is asking the Most High, the Lord, not to keep silence. I said Asaph. David didn't write this one. It's Asaph. He's asking the Lord not to keep silence. Go ahead.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
And he's asking the Lord not to be still concerning an issue that's troubling him in his spirit. Now, this is prophetic. Go ahead.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
So he's revealing that God does have enemies in this earth. God does have enemies. Go ahead.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken
the enemies have lifted up the head in society, which goes back. Hold that. Give me Deuteronomy 28, I think 43.
Deuteronomy.
Is it 43? I ain't looking at it. Is that what I want?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee.
The stranger that is within us, the other nations.
Shall get up above thee very high.
Shall get up above us very high. They become world superpowers. Go ahead.
And thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
So let's go back now.
Psalm chapter 83 and verse 2. How long? Excuse me. Verse 2, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
A tumult is a noisy gathering. Go ahead.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
These enemies that hate God have lifted up the head in society. They've become world's superpowers. They've lifted up the head as God, as Christ, as the angels, and the Israelites. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Crafty counsel. IT, put that up for me about crafty counsel. I want y'all to look at this. Write this down. Here's some crafty. Now, this isn't all the forms of crafty counsel, but when you are on the street teaching, for you teachers, it begins with slavery, followed by colonialism. I say colonialism because, you know, in Africa, a lot of them be like, we were never enslaved. Oh, shut the hell up. You was enslaved and you were colonized. Erasing our identity is crafty counsel. That's right. You, Northern Kingdom, you don't know who the hell you are. All of our identities were changed when we got conquered. Erasing our history. They make us think that our history started with conquest. Our history was way before they conquered us. False religions is a part of crafty counsel. Protestants and Catholics, all that was given to us when we were enslaved, forced upon us. False religions. False political groups. When we got emancipated, they gave us political groups to go join into, whether Democrat and Republican. Now I hear brothers go, oh, we need to do campaigns against the Democrats. What about the Republicans? They're two heads of the same dragon. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Poor education, which deals with history, false history, erasing our history. All of these several things that are listed there fall under crafty counsel. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Everybody wrote it down? Yes, sir. All right. Give me the first book.
Now, these are books some of you have seen, some of you have not. Read that.
This is Pictorial History of Israel, 20th Anniversary Edition by Jacob A. Rubin and Meyer Barkai.
So Amalek put this together. Not us, Amalek. Next page. Read the highlight section at top. At the top.
Unto thy seed.
Unto thy seed. Now let's read the bottom section.
Yes, sir. This mural depicting Israel's bondage in Egypt was found in the Theban tomb of Rekhmire.
The Theban tomb of Rekhmire. Mm-hmm.
Governor and vizier at the time of Thutmose III, about 1450 BCE.
You know why this is important? Lower it a little bit. Lower it a little bit. You know why this is important? You'll have our people, especially those at a jailhouse and those that are in the Kemetic community, say that there's no history of the Israelites ever existing. Then what in the hell is this? Right. In the Valley of the Kings is where they found this archaeology on the walls of the tombs. Read that paragraph again, this mural, raise it up.
This mural depicting Israel's bondage in Egypt.
Depicting whose?
Israel's bondage in Egypt.
Oh, just wanted to make that clear. Go ahead.
Was found in the Theban tomb of
found where?
In the Theban tomb of Rekhmire.
Uh-huh.
Governor and vizier at the time. Vizier at the time of Thutmose III.
Thutmose III was one of the leaders, one of the pharaohs that was over us. What year was that?
About 1450 BCE.
So what is the Kemetic community talking about? What are these jailhouse Negroes talking about? There's no history, my brother. That's why I don't argue with them. Why waste your time with dummies? Read on.
And the Egyptians.
No, this is from the scriptures here, this section here. Go ahead.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. Exodus chapter 1, verse 13 and 14.
Now, y'all see the images of the Israelites right there on the screen. Black people. Amalek put this together. So for them to put this together, they know the Israelites are what? That's right. They know that. They got to know that. They can't be that stupid, that blind. They know the Israelites are black. Thank you, IT in the back. Thank you. So now, the Dark Ages. Now, we often say the Dark Ages are from 193 AD to 1453 AD. Now, when you Google it and all that, so they got technically like 193 to 500, they call it the post-classical history. We call it the Dark Ages. I ain't got time for all this technicality. Well, technically, it's the post-classical history. Black people was ruling. All right, give me the Harper's Bible Dictionary.
Harper's Bible Dictionary by Paul J. Achtemeier.
Let's go inside the book. Let's get the bottom highlights. Read that.
Fresco paintings from the western wall of the 3rd century AD. Synagogue at Dura Europos, a city on the Euphrates River in Syria.
So this is in Syria. In Syria, this is what they found. Move over to the next highlight 2B. See it? Read that.
Yes, sir. At the right, 2B depicts Moses 3 times. From far right to left, Moses strides toward the Red Sea with staff upraised, leading the ancient Israelites out of Egypt.
Lower it down. Let's take a look at Moses 3 times. Take a look. Yes. Do y'all see? Does Moses look like Charlton Heston in these pictures?
No, sir.
He looks like a black man to me. I see a fro. I see woolly hair, dark skin. You see the Egyptians on the right being drowned. You got the Israelites on the left, brown as hell. This show, and these books are put together by Amalekites, Edomites. They know that we're the Israelites. This is why it was important for them to enforce crafty counsel upon us. Okay. As a matter of fact, do me a favor. Go back to Psalms 83 and verse 3. One more again. You know, I just thought about it. We didn't finish that.
Chapter 83 and verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
We are the hidden ones, because the truth of who we are has been hidden in the earth. Come on.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That's what they did to us. They cut us off from being a nation of people. Go ahead.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Their objective, their goal was so that we would never remember that we're the Israelites. And they've done a superb job. However, there's a God. And God prophesied that the Holy Spirit would wake us through the prophet Elijah. And this is what we're seeing. This is the evidence of what we're seeing today. Is it hot in here? Is that me?
See, I thought that was me too. Nice.
You cool? Okay, go ahead. Oh, I got the sweat on. Read on.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
So all the enemies of God got together and consented together. Go ahead.
They are confederate against
They are confederate against God. Go ahead.
the tabernacles of Edom.
The first enemy of God is the tabernacles of Edom. That's the so-called white man, the Edomites. You can put them on the screen. Go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites of Moab.
Wait, stop. What you read? Is there a race going on here?
I'm sorry.
Read it again.
And the Ishmaelites.
Verse 6.
Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom.
Go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites are the Arabs. The Ishmaelites are the Arabs. I don't care if they are in Palestine, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, wherever. Yemen, they are Sunni, they are Shia, they are the Arabs. God said they're number 2. They were all confederate against it. This is why I don't feel sorry when I see destruction happening in Palestine. I just look and bear witness that what God is allowing to be done. Hey, put me a map of Africa. I want a map of Africa, and I want North Africa highlighted. Put the Arabs back on the screen. You gotta look at me. I want a map of North Africa. That's really what I want, North Africa. I touched on it last week, but I know some of y'all are new watching. Did you find it? Okay, so everything that Amalek is doing, the so-called white man is doing to the Arabs is what the Arabs did to us. I'm gonna say it again. Everything the white man is doing to the Arab nation in Palestine is what the Arabs did to us. Don't get nervous. Don't get scared. Come on, yes. I want y'all see North Africa. You got Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, Western Sahara, right in Mauritania. All that is Arab-owned today. All that is Arab-owned today. How? They raped, robbed, invaded, and settled there. I'm going to say it again. They raped our people. They robbed our people. They murdered our people. They pillaged our people. They enslaved our people. And then they settled. That's how they got Egypt. That's how they got Libya. That's how they got Tunisia. That's how they got Algeria. That's how they got Morocco. That's how they got Western Sahara in Mauritania. That's what they did to us. But there was no internet back then. Nobody could videotape back then, so nobody know today. Most black people, especially black Muslims, won't even talk about it. They won't even talk about what the Arabs did to our people. But there is a God. That's right. Go back to the book. I want the next page. Zoom in. This was the third depiction. Yeah, zoom in there. So that's the third picture of Moses raising the rod. You got the Egyptians black in the Red Sea, and you got the Israelites behind Moses. Everybody in the picture's black. There's nobody Caucasian. But you know what Christians say? Oh, there was a fire, and it burned their images. That's why they're dark. So how come Moses' robe wasn't burned with fire? You don't see how this is how urban apologist Christians lie and distort the truth. Give me the next book. Now, this is one of many books, and I put some images, but I didn't put the cover of the next book that I'm going to cover. Inside this book by Father Vladimir Ivanov. Let's go inside. Now, this picture here was not from that book, so I apologize. I forgot the cover of the other book. Well, this is a picture. Look at the bottom. Zoom in at the bottom. The former, who's that? Read it.
The foremother Eve.
So this is a painting of the foremother Eve. Can we see Eve? A black woman. A black woman. Let's go in the next picture. Zoom in at the bottom.
The forefather Joshua.
This is Joshua of the tribe of Ephraim. Let's take a look at him. Black. Do y'all see that? Now, we didn't paint this. Our forefathers painted this during the Dark Ages. Give me the next picture. Zoom in at the bottom. See the wording?
Descent of the Holy Ghost.
Descent of the Holy Ghost. Let's take a look at the picture. You got Christ in the... Can we zoom in on the pictures? Yeah, a little closer. I don't need the... Yeah. You got Christ in the center with the crown on his head, with an afro. Then you got 12 apostles around him, all black men. Do y'all see what I'm seeing? Yes, and in church, in Christian, they go, I really don't, I'm confused. Oh, I don't know. Stop it. Y'all see that, the around Christ's top, how you got that pattern? Zoom in on that. Yeah, I just like see it on his garment. the pattern right up on the top of his garment. That's some nice stuff right there. Okay, let's get the next picture. Next page, I mean. This is the crucifixion. The crucifixion. Christ, a black man. You got Mary there. You even have one of the Roman centurions who was black, showing you that Cornelius, yes, Cornelius was black. The Romans, y'all don't see that Roman centurion right there? Look at the angels flying around. Now, I didn't paint this. This from way back then, way back when. Give me the next book. Now, we touched on this last week, but there's something I missed to show y'all last week. When I just happened to, now I usually don't watch myself, but this day I said, let me look at something. Maybe I made a mistake. And I forgot to bring something out. Next picture. Inside this book. So this is St. Maurice, black man. Knight in armor. Next picture. That's him side view, nose popped off. Next picture. That's him in armor. You never see this in the movies. Next picture. If you see it in the movies, there'll be one black guy, one Negro. Like, what's that one with, you had Robin Hood, where you had Morgan Freeman was a Moor. That's one. But there's a recent one where King Arthur was fighting his brother. There was one black soldier. Y'all know the brother I'm talking about? Y'all didn't see the movie? Was it King Arthur? Yes, it was. Yes. And he was fighting at the very beginning. It was hot. It was bad. He was fighting elephants. The elephants was bewitched. Huh? That's his name, the black guy, Jamon Hansel. Where are you from? Senegal? And he had on armor, and he yells out, "Whoa!" He's the only black dude in the whole movie. But that's what they do. Let's give him one. We can't show a whole lot of them because they'll think they were leaders. Well, we were leaders. We are leaders. Look at that, armor and a cape. Armor and a cape. I thought only white people wore armor and a cape. That's what our mentality was when we were young. I thought only white folks was allowed to wear capes and armor. Next picture. Read the bottom right there.
Yes, sir. Statue of St. Maurice from the facade of Town Hall in Jutterborg, 1508.
So let's look at the pictures. That's St. Maurice there on the left. And 157, read the word in 157.
St. Maurice and his companions, upper half of the right wing of a triptych from the chapel at Gross Wittenfleitzen. Lundberg Museum for das Futsal Lundberg.
Yeah, you good. You all right. So y'all see them black brothers right there? Now I keep forgetting to get the entire painting. It's filled with black men that they never show you on TV. They don't show you in school, and they show us how don't show you in church. This is why the black church is failing. Why are people just leaving the church? Because the Christian church is full of lies. Give me the next book. Read that.
Blacks Who Died for Jesus. A history book.
By who?
By Mark Hyman.
Mm-hmm. Journalist, historian. Go inside, page 11. Let's read that.
The Christian Soldier. Saint Maurice of Aganom. Today in Western Europe, this African is the principal saint in parts of France, in Switzerland, Italy, Savoy, and Spain, Laurenburg, Krakow, and Coburg. Have him as their title patron. He is on the coat of arms of these royal houses. The highest civilian medal of Italy, called the Sardinian Order of St. Maurice, is named after him. Maurice, the African Roman general.
He was a what?
An African Roman general.
He was what I want you to see, not only was he black, but he was a Roman general, not a foot soldier. He was a general. Go ahead.
And all of his 6,000 men.
How many men did he have?
6,000 men.
He was over 6,000 men. Go ahead.
Were black. And Christian.
They were all black and Christian. Read that whole thing.
Maurice, the African Roman general, and all his 6,000 men were black and Christian. He was ordered to a place called Aganom, which was in present-day Switzerland. His orders from Roman Emperor Maximian.
Roman Emperor Maximian was an Edomite. Go ahead.
Was to put down a rebellion. There was nothing unusual about this assignment, since Europe, or Gaul, had been a concern of Roman occupational government for 3 centuries. The confusion arose after Maurice arrived. He found the rebels to be Christians who were objecting to Emperor Maximian's persecution of their fellow Christians. Maurice sent a message to the emperor saying he would not fight or kill these Christian rebels.
So, and you know what's heavy about this history? You'll have black people today that say Christianity started, or Christians started with the white man. That's not true. We knew about the understanding of Christ being black way before that. This is what you're reading about. Okay, this is before. Go ahead, read on.
As punishment for his refusal to fight and kill the Christian as ordered, Emperor Maximian brought another army to Aganom and killed all of the soldiers, except a very few who escaped. Maurice was killed on the spot.
So that's the issue. Now let's go to, now I sent y'all a Wikipedia link. It's lower down though. You got to just, yeah. Go to the section, put it on the screen. In this, they talk about St. Maurice. Go to Legacy. Go down to Legacy. Right there. Under Legacy, go to Portrayal. Right there. Read this.
Portrayal. The earliest surviving work portraying Maurice as a dark-complexioned African.
See that? The earliest surviving work portraying Maurice as a dark-complexioned African. Go ahead, dates.
Dates from the 12th century.
The oldest. Now, the reason they said it, because all the new pictures of him is of a Caucasian man. Go ahead.
The oldest surviving image that depicts St. Maurice as a black African in knight's armor was sculpted in mid-13th century for Magdeburg Cathedral. There it is displayed next to the grave of Otto I, Holy Roman Emperor. Jean de Visse, the image of the black in Western art, laid out the documentary sources for the saint's popularity and documented it with illustrative examples.
Jump down, raise it up. Raise it up. Raise it up. Right there, start with images.
Images of the saint died out in the mid-16th century. Undermined, Sakal Redelsfin suggests by the developing Atlantic slave trade. Once again, as in the
wait. Images of the saint died out in the mid-16th century. Undermined, whatever his name is, suggests by the developing Atlantic slave trade. They did not want the slaves to know of a man called St. Maurice who was a general of 6,000 black soldiers. You can't let the slaves know that. This is part of crafty counsel. Read on.
Once again, as in the early Middle Ages, the color black had become associated with spiritual darkness.
You see that?
And cultural otherness.
Read.
There is an oil on wood painting of Maurice by Lucas Cranach the Elder, 1472 to 1553, in the New York Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Now, this next section is what I forgot to bring out last week. Read this.
The city of Coburg's coat of arms honored the town's patron Saint Maurice, since they were granted in 1493. In 1934, the Nazi government... The Nazi government forbade any glorification of the black race.
Do you see this? The Nazis forbade it. So all the images that was up, Hitler said, take them images down. Take them all, because there was black images of our people all throughout Germany.
Right.
They said, get rid of this. That's what Hitler did. Read the part again.
In 1934, the Nazi government forbade any glorification of the black race. And they replaced...
So where do y'all think the white man got that from here in America? It's the same mentality, the same spirit, the same agenda, the same propaganda. Go ahead.
And they replaced the coat of arms with one depicting a vertical sword with a Nazi swastika on the pommel. The original coat of arms was restored in 1945 at the end of World War II. Today, the silhouette of St. Maurice can be found mainly on manhole covers.
Do y'all see that? They put it on his image on his silhouette on manhole covers. Go ahead.
As well as the city coat of arms.
You can't make this stuff up. Give me the next book. Image. Yep, image. Yes, that one right there. So this one is book 2. Let's go inside. Because they destroyed us, can you highlight? It looks kind of blurry. It's kind of blurry, right? Okay. If you can you zoom in on the color picture? This is a part of their crafty counsel. We often talk about, like we're talking about, settling, invading. We ruled Europe for almost 1,000 years. White folks came and took it from that. When we talk about invaders, we talk about being displaced. We never talk about the history of Europe because we really have never been taught about it. So we'll talk about America. We may talk about Australia or South Africa or places like that. But we never talk about Europe. Here is this was a, what is it called? Kind of a blanket. What is it called? A tapestry. It's a tapestry, thank you. Of blacks ruling Europe and white folks, the wildlings, wild men, hairy wild men, attacking us in our castles. Do y'all see that? We ruled Europe. We got invaded and displaced. And white folks settled in our land. Next picture, please. Okay, read that.
Yes, sir. In the scene we are studying, the attack on the castle, not only is this distinction clearly marked, but wild men and blacks are set in real opposition to each other.
See what they call white folks? Wild men. That's why in what's that again?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, they call them, what did they call them? The wildlings. The wildlings. Go ahead.
The black archers who came out in front of the drawing bridge are, by their clothing and their beards, of the Sarcasm type.
They're trying to say that they're Muslim, but they're not. Go ahead.
Often represented in 14th century chronicles of the Crusades. Like the other defenders posted on the ramparts or at the tops of the towers, they wear a bandole on their foreheads. The total effect is that of a troop of blacks armed, organized, urban, small of stature.
Y'all see the insult? Small of stature. Small compared to those wildlings was big as hell. Go ahead.
Clashing with a band of giant wild men. What is at stake? 3 persons leaning out of the windows of the keep. A crowned black king with a white beard. A black queen with blonde hair.
Uh-oh.
And a black princess.
So this ain't, Nicki Minaj wasn't the first one to do it.
Man.
Go ahead.
And a black princess whose arms are outstretched in a gesture of fearful pleading. The presence of the armorial bearings has led some to conclude, perhaps a bit hastily, that this was a marriage tapestry. Other types of alliance between the two families might serve as explanation.
Next page.
But the hypothesis has possibilities. Should we then see in this scene an allusion to the fact that the bride is a Zorn?
The tapestry is not about a bride, but he's focusing on a marriage. It has nothing to do with a marriage. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Of the lap branch? Marrying a Blumel? For our part, what is important here is the evocation.
Watch this. What is important here is the evocation of what?
Of an organized black society.
See, that's that's unheard of today with white people. They say an organized group of black people? These guys are animals. They don't know anything. They're stupid. How could you show them as an organized black society? That's a part of Crafty Council, never to show us organized. This is why when we go marching or whatever, the news said, don't show that. That's why J. Edgar Hoover said the worst thing to the United States of America is Negro unity. You can never show them organized. Never show them like they got sense. Read that again, that part in organized.
An organized black society opposing a group of white wild men.
That's what we did. We were organized and we opposed groups of white men. We did it back then and we're doing it now. Go ahead.
And the representation of a black royal family with a crowned black king.
You can never show that. Hitler said never show that, and in school they said never show that to the slaves. Never show that. They might rise up and organize themselves. We got to keep them. Give them rap music, Harry. Give them Nicki Minaj. Give them Suki, what's her name? Sukiana. Give them, what's that other hoe? Yeah, with the booty black and a booty something. Give them all that crap. Give him, what's the dude, the Pied Piper, what's this dude's name? Give him all, see, I don't know these people, I cut them off. Give him all Kelly, who pees on little girls.
Yeah, Bishop, you know that they was showing us when we in gang. That's how you see that trying to be unified.
Show them in gangs in Chicago.
That's it. Man, but they will never show that we got common sense.
That's right.
But now we tell the white man, we can read now, master.
What they also do, they say show images of them butt naked, running around naked in Africa. Make them think that this is you, this is your history. That's how you was, but they're not going to show image like what we just saw with Christ and the apostles and them clothed. Christ with afro, us in castles, clothed, not butt naked.
Right.
We only became butt naked when they came and come and conquer us and enslave us, strip our clothes and put us on boats. That's when we became naked.
Yep. And you know what's heavy about that? I had a buddy of mine at work named Vinny. He was from, where was he from? Ecuador. And I asked him, did he know about the Inca Empire? So now it's him, and there was another brother named G. Both of them said to me, if it wasn't for the white man, we would be running around with grass skirts and pure savages. You know, I have to pause for a second and blink. The fury was rising in me as I'm looking at them in utter stupidity. I'm like, I wanted to drop some F-bombs, but I have them at work. I said, you know what? Let me just go sit down at my desk. I can't talk to these guys. Give me the next picture. Zoom in, top left. Here's another one. Now, this wasn't a tapestry. You see black men in the castle, white men storming our castle. So I'm not making nothing up. I'm showing you history that has been hidden from us, which is a part of Crafty Council, which they said never let the slaves find out about this stuff. Move over to the next picture. Look at this. We lost. You can see the image of the lion on our shield. That's how you know these guys wasn't Muslims. The Lion of Judah. Okay, they were slaughtering us. Look at them chopping us up. Chop, chop, chop. Hacking us to pieces. Okay, raise it up. Look at this. This is stuff your children need to know about. That way your children won't have low self-esteem and say stupid things. Yeah, look at the lion right there. Oh, go back over to, go over further. Go over, put the highlight, put that circle you had. Go over to the right. Yep, now y'all see the 6-point star on the right, on the far right. Yeah, right there. We did have that, but guess what? Write this down. Damn, what's the object? It went boop. Solomon. No. Seal of Solomon. Thank you. Write this down. The Seal of Solomon. It's when Solomon went off into idolatry, paganism, and witchcraft. It's a book called The Seal of Solomon, and it has that image on it, the 6-pointed shield, and it's all about witchcraft and evil. So this is why you got black Israelites saying, yeah, we had it. It's the shield of David. God never gave that to David. Solomon didn't even have it when he was in his righteous way of thinking, when he gave his mind to mischief. Give me that in Ecclesiastes. It's been a while. So I gave myself to mischief. Anybody know what it is? Find it for me. Somebody help me. It's been a while. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not going crazy. Ecclesiastes. Just type in, I gave my soul a mischief folly, or something like that it says. 117. 117, thank you. Read that. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 17.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 17. And I gave my heart to know wisdom.
That's when he was right, in his right mind.
And to know madness and folly.
And to know madness and folly. Go ahead.
I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit.
When he went to know madness and folly, that's when he came up with that book, The Seal of Solomon. So y'all could Google it. You could look it up. I'm not, yo, yeah, there you go right there.
Solomon is a man of the sun. Solomon means man of the sun. That's why when I had the South African professor, doctor, I will look him up again. The professor that was speaking in etymology wise, he was explaining. He is in one of my videos of the day before yesterday, I think. No, it's not Dr. Pedro. Don't worry, I will bring in. I can look him up right now, but I will bring him up. But the seal means kaba, over. It's sealed, man. It's done. Adonai, that's the seal. All these things is puppeteering. All these things they doing is puppeteering. They are, in Dutch they would say nabootsen. They are doping. They are duplicating. That's why yesterday I say doppie. If you go to the islands, they will tell you, if you say the word doppie, they will tell you, oh, go away, because doppie is a bakru, is evil. Is somebody who is a parasite. Is a parasite spirit. The bakru evil spirit has no what you will be considered as magic. It's impossible for evil to do magic. What they do is they spy on real prophets, like the 1/3. 2/3 will be furnished, 1/3 will be. What the bakru will do is, when bakru is like a leprechaun. I showed you the, and when I say leprechaun, don't go out there and bother short looking people or whatever, man. When I speak dimensional. What y'all say is spiritual is what the Caucasian is speaking on, like dimensional. Like what Einstein said, there is multiple worlds. A god, an angel can travel all those worlds. That's how you need to see it. Angel, just like you see on the screen, a swastika is 4 times 7. That's why Nation of Islam has the circle 7. Is the same thing. The David, Magandavi, de Davidster noemen ze dat in Nederlands, maar Davidster in Engels is the Star of David. Yes. In Dutch is Davidster, but in English is the Star of David. The Star of David, a pyramid is 2 sevens upside down. If you draw 2 sevens upside down, you will see that it's one pyramid. And the Magandavi is 2 pyramids crossing each other. And those 2 pyramids crossing each other is the swastika, is Oniame. Oni, ami. You see, I won't explain what that means. But anyways, see the three magical books of Solomon. Solomon is like the. That's why That's why Kanye West. What is happening to Kanye West, you will not understand. But I understand what is happening to him. I know what is happening to Kanye West. He's not crazy as crazy. He doesn't understand what Agwan with him personally. That's what all these things he's saying. Jesus, heat simply means fire, and fire is Allah. Allah means dawn. Adonai. Kaaba is Adonai. I have come and gone. I have come and gone, and that is one. I have come and gone is one, and if I come and gone is I have come and shoot. Also. If I come and gone, I come and shoot and end something. Kaaba, I kaba something. Kaaba means kill. Yes. Kaaba means kill. Stop. To stop something. That means Kaaba. Asani Kaaba, that thing is finished. Okay, the final, the end. Kaaba means the end. It's in many language, they will tell. Even if you go to Curacao, they will tell you same thing. Mitabay Kaaba. I'm coming already. See? And see, dimensional. Kaaba is ready. Done. I am ready, man. Oh, you're done. Yes, man. You see? Because there is only one word. If you understand that there is only one word, if there is not only one word, the Bible cannot be true. Even if the Bible is corrupted, it's still on. Nobody, just understand, if the Bible is corrupted, even if it's corrupted, it's already said that those who will do not take from this or add to this, because that is already in account that might happen. That is the law of Murphy. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. If the Most High created the world and he would not know the law of Murphy, Murphy would be greater than the Most High. Which means nothing really can happen if you keep your law. And I say your law because if I say the law, some will say, I do not believe in the Israelites. I do not believe in Islam. I do not believe in Buddha. I do not believe in Hindu. That is what you're gonna get. This thing you're saying, I won't explain it. You see, this one is blah, wah. It's the same. It's the same. It's all really the same, but from a different side. It's like something coming from the east, from the west, from the north, and from the south. When Jesus spread, you see Afo. That's why, like in Suriname, you have Afo Baka. That is with the Saramacanas over there. From those people are Daume people. When you hear Daume, they are Sumanikang is from Suriname. They are in I shouldn't say they are from Suriname. They are in Suriname also, because many Brazilian people, many of them are from Angola. Capoeira people. Capoeira means jungle. You see, these are things that in Alday get understanding, and I will understand that you don't understand, but you will understand when nothing comes before its time. Okay. Let's leave it at that. But this thing you're seeing here is all the same. The swastika is the David star, is the Star of David. Yes. I could draw it right now for you. The Star of David is the swastika. Is Onyame. That's why it's called the Black Sun. The Black Sun is the Black Star is Ghana. Ghana is Gehenna is hell. That's why Suriname was called Wild Coast. Yeah, if you didn't know, Suriname was called in the beginning of slavery, Suriname, South America, Brazil. Suriname is really Brazil. Suriname is the northern, the end, the top of if you are in southern, if you're in Brazil and you're going north, you will end up in Suriname, or you'll end up in Guyana, or you will end up in Venezuela. Yes, all those countries beefing right now for the same thing. And who did it? The British. My people do not know the Dutch. They know British people. That's why my people speak Patois English. The Dutch people, they came later into Suriname. These Ashkenazis and these people, they came there later. And when they came there, they encountered my people. And they said, there is black man in the jungle who will destroy us. Do you understand? And they made up the story that they must have run away from the plantation. That's how the story began, and they were called. They were looking like West Africans. Let me get one of these videos. Maybe I can find one of these videos quickly. And the video I'm gonna show you is about the thought of the Caucasian, how the Caucasian thinks about the black people, and they do not know us. That's why I'm showing you this. Let me show you Juka land. Before there was any land called an acknowledged land in America, my people were recognized as the only land. Let me show you this. And in this movie, that's why I'm showing you this Afaka. Because in this movie, they will tell you black people have no writings. The Jukas, this, Ju. If you listen, you will hear Ju, Ja, Jamaican, Jumang, Jumang, Jumang Kondre. All these things is all real. Like Awija. Awija is like Amidea. And I won't explain it. The Surinamese people will understand that part. Awija means Amidea. Yeah, I mean, they will understand it, but they won't be able to use it. Because, like everybody, 70% of Surinamese people are evil. Do you understand? Everybody who you see, every group of nation, 70% of them are evil. They are looking in a way to become God, to oppress other people. That's what they're doing. And they can't do anything. That's why I speak freely. Yes. And they know they can't do anything. Because the greatest... No, let me not speak on that. They know... yeah, let me... see, I almost still said it. Let me not speak on that. But they cannot win, really. You see? It's like yesterday... yeah, Pastor Gino Jennings said it best yesterday. He said, the doomed is trying to find people to go and doom with them. Do you understand? Somebody who sin will try to have you sinning also, so they can have a partner. And it's explained in real simple way. In prison in Suriname, there was a guy in prison, and he had like 8 years to go. He went to the judge, and the judge said, you have to stay for 8 years. He came back to the prison, and he said he's ready for anybody. Anybody that had less time that he had to stay, he would fight them for them to stay longer in prison with him. Do you understand? So if you had like 4 years to go, this guy had 8 years, he would come and challenge you. And even if you hurt him, he doesn't care. He would know after that you would be brought again to the judge, and you would get extra time, and you would be there together with him. That was his only goal. Yes. What he was doing is trying to provoke you for you to hurt him, so you could be there with him. Because if you hurt him, you will be punished, because you are not allowed to kill. But you are allowed to defend yourself. That's why this Israeli is saying, I'm defending myself, I'm defending. If they don't say that, they know they are finished. What they are trying to do really is save themselves for condemnation. That's why they will come to you and say, do you condemn Hamas? It's my people, like in Suriname, they would tell you, do you condemn the Maroon? You see? Because the name Maroon is more, it means color people. It's Mala, Mara. If you go to Suriname, you have Mara Ingi, Mara Black Indians, like Mara Indians, Mala from Mali, because they are mixed. Like the Maori. That's why you have in New Zealand, you have Maori. And you have the name Mauro. And those Portuguese places, you will find Marlons mean the name Marlon means black also. Mari, Marlon, all those things are black. Because if you look at the sea, the ocean, the mare, a mare is a water, it's like a river. If you look at it, it's dark. Blue is black. That's why you have Zulu, Azul. Zulu comes from Azul, blue black Negroes, black people. That's why Italian people will call you Azul. That's why you see on my screen is blue white, That blue is called azul. Yes, and blue is black because it's blues, and blues is dark. And when it comes dark, it becomes black. And black is death, and black is death, and death is a ghost, and it becomes white. So black is white and white is black. That's dimensional. You won't understand it, but that's how it is. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not teaching you anything. I'm just showing you what's out there. That's it. Let's see it. So this is my writings. I'm showing you this for in case somebody comment, where is your writings? You have no philosophy. I don't have no philosophy because I don't know what you mean with philosophy. Just saying. Because philo means child. Philo means child. So philosophy is the child of someone, the thought of someone. That would mean that if theory is theology, and is a thought, that would mean that your God is your thought. You have created your God, but my God has created me. That's the difference. And I'm gonna leave it at that and jump back to the video. No, and let me show you the maroon piece, man. And you will see in this one, that's why I show you the alphabet. They will say they have no written language. They will lie all over the place. They have no meaning. That's why I'm making this video, because I know these people. They have done many effort to destroy my people, and it still doesn't work. Just saying. Fair use video review. I don't even have to say it because this is really, you see, Dutch Guyana. You see, Dutch Guyana. It was before, that's why you have Gehenna. The same Guyana is Kina. It's like Kenya. It's the same, it's a bastardization of is hell. And hell is red with fire, and the fire becomes black when it's shut down. If fire shuts down, it becomes black. Just saying. If you look outside and it's night, you will see that the darkness encompasses the moon. Right? The darkness encompasses the moon, the light bearer. Just saying. And I'm gonna leave it at that for now, and let's see I'm showing you this, how they lie, how they create lies. When the Dutch came to Suriname and all those stuff, my people were already there, because many people came there with the Portuguese, or they were there by themselves with Kangkang Musa time from way back. That's why you have many island men like Maori with Dogla hair. It's called Dogla in Suriname. They are mixed with Africans and Asiatic and Indians. An Indian and a Native American with straight hair is really a bush Chinese or a bush Japanese. Yes, like you have bush Negro and city Negro, you will have an black man, white man, left hand, right hand, up, down. It's all duampo. It's all dualistic. But I'm gonna leave it at that. You don't have to understand anything. If time comes, you will understand by yourself. If you take it, if you live righteous, I should say, not take it serious. You might take it serious to do somebody harm. So let's leave it at that. Let's watch this. This is my people, and you will see they will tell you a lot of lies about my people, the Maroons. Everybody hates Maroons in America. That's why you never hear about Maroons, because they are considered to be African, and everybody looks down upon African, because they are trying their best. The African is somebody with an afro. If you have an afro on your head, you have curly hair, your father is black. Because I say so, yes. Fair use video review, let's see it. You hear the music, right? The typical Caucasian racist movies of the 30s, and this was in 1913, I think 1939 or 1930s. No, 1933. This movie stems from. In those days, you had the racist big lips, meme cartoons in America. They were doing the same thing in South America. Yes. I'm showing you these things when people will come out here. Yeah, the Africans in Africa, many of them were in slavery. Many of these Indians, so-called in India, were in slavery, but they don't speak about it. They are ashamed. That's why they bleach their skin. Yes, many of these Indians were in slavery for a long time. That's why they bleach their skin to become like the Caucasian so they can leave them alone. That's why they bleach their skin. So they can be left alone, because anything that doesn't look like these people, they will kill it. And I'm not speaking on white Jesus or black Jesus. That's another topic. What I'm showing you here is what happened everywhere. The same story happened everywhere. It was global. That's why it's crafty council. It was simultaneously. Get them simultaneously, otherwise some might escape. The Maroon. That's why they have to incorporate the Maroon to the plantation. You ran away from the plantation. The Indians helped you escape. Because if the Indian didn't help us escape, how did we escape then if we escaped from the plantation? God. But Maroons have no God, the Caucasians say, and every other nation. They will tell you Africans have no God. Africans are abomination, right? But why was the Maroons then in freedom? Fair use video review. Yeah, let's see it.
Over 200 years ago, when the Negro slave trade was flourishing between West Africa and the New World, a number of the more rebellious slaves escaped from their white masters into the dense jungles of Dutch Guiana. There they lived in comparative safety. Over 200 years ago, when the Negro slave trade was flourishing between West Africa and the New World, a number of the more rebellious slaves escaped from their white masters into the dense jungles of Dutch Guiana. There they lived in comparative safety and followed a code of living that is still practiced by their descendants, who are known today as Jukas, the bush Negroes of Dutch.
You see his attire? That his attire is like in the Bible, his upper cloth, like the Jesus square, the red cloth of Jesus. That's why you used to be hanged, because you are the sacrifice. That's how they view you. Sacrifice the Negro. Let the Negro do all the work, and after that we will come in and take everything over. That's what is happening. It's parasitism. Yes, I made that up just now. Parasites. They will wait till black people and discover something or create something, and they will come in and kill those black people and write their names on it and say this is us now. Just like, are the European, the Americans? No, it's supposed to be Native Americans, right? Indians. Are they the Australians? No, it's supposed to be the Aboriginals, right? Just saying. If you can't understand that, I can't help you, nigga. In all thy getting, get understanding. Just saying. Let's see it, man. So this is my people. These are Maroons, and you already seen they stated 200 years, and in those days, that's why I say, and not every Maroon comes from the plantation. Me and the plantation, my people and the plantation are 300 years apart. Before any Caucasian was in America, black people was already going to America. Right now, there is black people in America. If I bring 1 million black people right now from Africa to America, does it mean that there are no black people in America today? No, they are still there, but I bring new one to mix with them. That's it. There shall be nothing new. Otherwise, it would be something new on the face of the sun, on the face of the planet, the earth, or under the face of the sun. Right? There shall be nothing new, otherwise your writings, your scripture is a lie if there is not something new. Everything that's happening today was already happening then. The same thing is gonna happen again. What they gonna do is if they think these people think they gonna die, they gonna kill black people again just like those days. That's why I'm making this video, so you know. But you making the video, they will see it, of course, but they can't do anything. Can they stop the time? No. Just saying. So these are maroons. That's why sometimes when I say city maroons, those are other maroons, man. Those maroons are becoming Negro, and from Negro they will mix, and from mixing is opening their color, and from there they will try to become Caucasian. That's the step they are following. This guy you see, this is a real maroon. This is the dressing of a maroon man. You will see him with a crossover and a camisa. His pants is called camisa, just like in Portuguese or Spanish. Camisa means pants. Broek in Dutch. Various video review. So you will see they will tell you the 200 years is an estimation of the Caucasian. When the Caucasian came in Suriname, they said there were black people in the jungle, and they were probably left there by the other Caucasian who came there before them, and they look like West Africans. So they are Africans in America. Africans American. Ta-da! There is no secret to it. Because of the maroons looking like Africans and you will see it in this movie also. My people will build houses just like West Africans. That's why they said these people, they look like Africans, African Americans. That doesn't mean they were not brought there or they didn't go there by themselves. I'm just telling you what happened. All the stories were made up. The Caucasian does not know how many things happen. They just making things up as they go. What? Hey, there is a Negro in the bushes. Yeah, he was left here by the Portuguese. Let's write that down. Hey, I've seen a Negro over there. Oh, an African. Yeah, he has kinky hair. Oh, it's an African. So let's bring him back to Africa because people with kinky hair are supposed to be in Africa. That's what happened. And I'm not saying this for these guys out there to go and say they are Indians. Indian is a black man. All these terms, if you are in slavery, you are dark. That's why maybe there is the Ark of Noah, Dark of Noah. Maybe that's it. Yeah. Let's leave it at that, man. Let's see. This is the maroon story. When I say maroon were long gone, man. This is Juka land. That's why I say I'm not Surinamese really. Because Suriname is a small part. 100 kilometers, like 100 kilometer in miles is like 50 miles from the center of Paramaribo was the end of Suriname in these days. Beyond that line was maroon or Native Americans. If you cross that line, it's gone. Yes, real talk. That's why when people come now and speak to me, I'm like, nigga, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm Surinamese, I'm this, I don't know what you're talking about, nigga. I'm from Sipaliwini, King Keng Sumani, Jukaland. Before there was any America, even before Haiti, there was Jukaland. Diukang. Yeah. I won't explain what it means. Let's leave it at that. Let's see this part of the movie, and I'm gonna show a small part of the bishop behind this yet, and then leave it at that because I've been speaking now for like 2 hours, man. So various video review. Let's see it.
Skiana. Over.
And when they say they have no written language, look at the right button. That's why I placed it in the right bottom, so you can see the lies these people will tell. In my culture, if you lie, you are the devil. Maybe it's not understood for y'all. I'm not joking. In my culture, if you kill one of my people, one of my tribe, you are cursed forever, ever, ever. As long as there is a sun coming up and the moon coming up, you are cursed. That's why you're not supposed to kill anyone. You are allowed to defend yourself. That's why these Israelis will still tell you, we are defending ourselves. Because otherwise they will be killed by the Most High. Yes. If you attack people without reason, God will kill you. Do you understand? If you go out there and attack people without reason because you think you have power or you have guns or you have nuclear weapons, the Most High God, the Maker, your Creator, or whomever, Allah, Jesus, Buddha, and Krishna, Kali will kill you. I'm stating it this way so you will understand. That is universally. Let's see it. Fair use video review.
Over 200 years ago, when the Negro slave trade was flourishing between West Africa and the New World, a number of the more rebellious slaves escaped from their white masters into the dense jungles of Dutch Guiana. There they lived in comparative safety and followed a code of living that is still practiced by their descendants, who are known today as Jukas, the bush Negroes of Dutch Guiana. The approach to this unique land of the Jukas is by way of a treacherous river which rises and falls in accordance with the whimsical rainfall of the tropics and penetrates the darkest recesses of the jungle. The long, hard journey is made by dragging canoes through roaring rapids and over gigantic rocks which occur at frequent intervals along the way. Added to this, the water is infested with a dangerous species of small carnivorous fish which attack in schools and have a preference for human flesh. None but the more courageous boatmen will venture into the water when these fish are known to be about. And it was over this same hazardous route that the ancestors of the Jukas traveled in their reckless flight for freedom. The jungle which the white men could not conquer took them in and provided them with a hard but a free existence. Even after slavery was abolished in Dutch Guiana, they remained in the wild habitat which they conquered and continue to defy the encroachments of civilization. And now we have arrived in the land of the Jukas. Just behind this waterfall lies a village that was founded 2 centuries ago and remains to this day as a remarkable testimonial to the African slaves who broke their chains of bondage and founded the first independent democracy in the New World. Before entering the village, we come upon a few of its inhabitants. Lies a village that was founded 2 centuries ago and remains to this day as a remarkable testimonial to the African slaves who broke their chains of bondage and founded the first independent democracy in the New World. In the New World. In the New World. Founded the first independent democracy in the New World. Founded the first independent democracy in the New World. And founded the first independent democracy in the New World. And founded the first independent democracy in the New World.
What did they say? And founded the first independent democracy in the New World. Even before there was Haiti, there was black people there in the jungle. All these stories, Columbus was saying, there is black people in the jungle. These Israelis, so-called these Sephardims, and from Spain, and these Ashkenazis, they were writing books. There is black people in this jungle, and then they would go and get other black peoples to send into the jungle to try and kill us. That was what they were doing. They were sending other black people into the jungle. Maybe you had 20 Caucasian, 20 white men, and maybe 100 or 200 black people. Maybe sometimes they would be mixed with Indians and Malata. They would get anybody who they could get to go and kill maroon people. Just like South Africa. Just like Congo. Nigger. Check the right button there. That is when they will say there is no written language. And the women, everybody is promiscuous. All those things they will say in this. All those negative things they say about North Americans and Africans in Africa, they will say in this movie about maroons. That's why I'm showing you this. It's a crafty counsel. That's why I use the Bible to convey all these things. It is crafty counsel. I know so. I know it's crafty counsel because I have encountered it. Those who've seen my videos lately know what I mean. Fair use video review. Let's see it, man. Before entering 2 centuries ago, and remains to this
And now we have arrived in the land of the Jukas. Just behind this waterfall lies a village that was founded 2 centuries ago and remains to this day as a remarkable testimonial to the African slaves who broke their chains of bondage and founded the first independent democracy in the New World. Before entering the village, we come upon a few of its inhabitants, who seem to be taken by surprise and are not very cordial in their reception, for we are white men and the traditional enemies to the Jukas, who cannot forget and the traditional enemies to the Jukas.
What is written there? The Caucasian is telling you he is the traditional enemy of the Jukas, of the Maroons. He is the traditional enemy of the Jukang. Nigger, king of the Jew. What did he say? For we are right men. We are the traditional enemy of the Jukas. Yes. Jukasa, Jakasa, Jukeng, king of the Jews, King Keng Sumani. Various video review. Let's listen to it again. He is saying it. You heard him saying it, right? That's why when these people are in America and here in Europe, they are saying, yes, we're gonna fight oppression together. We need to fight against Zwarte Piet together. I'm like, are you crazy? Are you sick? You will see a part when my people go into the village, they will start running because they will tell the other ones like, hey, the killer is here. Yes! Because we know these Caucasians as murderous killers. Everywhere they went, they were killing everybody. If you don't look like them, they kill you. Various video review, man.
Who cannot this waterfall lies a village that has traveled in their reckless flight for freedom. The jungle which the white man Over 200 years ago, when the Negro slave trade was flourishing between West Africa and the New World, a number of the more rebellious slaves escaped from their white masters into the dense jungles of Dutch Guiana. There they lived in comparative safety and founded a code of living that is still practiced by their descendants, who are known today as Jukas, the bush Negroes of Dutch Guiana. The approach to this unique land of the Jukas is by way of a treacherous river which rises and falls in accordance with the whimsical rainfall of the tropics and penetrates the darkest recesses of the jungle. The long, hard journey is made by dragging canoes through roaring rapids and over gigantic rocks which occur at frequent intervals along the way. Added to this, the water is infested with a dangerous species of small carnivorous fish which attack in schools and have a preference for human flesh. None but the more courageous boatmen will venture into the water when these fish are known to be about. And it was over this same hazardous route that the ancestors of the Jukas traveled in their reckless flight for freedom. The jungle which the white men could not conquer took them in and provided them with a hard but a free existence. Even after slavery was abolished in Dutch Guiana, they remained in the wild habitat which they conquered and continue to defy the encroachments of civilization. And now we have arrived in the land of the Jukas. Just behind this waterfall lies a village that was founded 2 centuries ago and remains to this day as a remarkable testimonial to the African slaves who broke their chains of bondage and founded the first independent democracy in the New World. Before entering the village, we come upon a few of its inhabitants, who seem to be taken by surprise and are not very cordial in their reception, for we are white men and the traditional enemies to the Jukas, who cannot forget the cruel treatment which their forefathers received from our race. To enter the village, one must pass under a palm-fringed pole mounted horizontally over the main pathway. This simple but compulsory ritual, in the minds of the Jukas, relieves the visitor of evil spirits so that he can bring no harm to the inhabitants. The village itself is patterned after those of West Africa, the aboriginal home of the Jukas. At first it appeared to be deserted, but we soon discovered that our unexpected intrusion had frightened the natives, who took to cover at the sight of us. In spite of their proverbial independence, the inherited fear of the white man is still in the hearts of the Jukas. We later learned that at this village it was necessary for a visitor to announce his coming several days in advance by special messenger, and this was a formality that we had completely overlooked. It required much persuasion and cajoling before we could calm their fears and assure them that our mission was a friendly one.
See? This is the truth about Suriname. Everybody was killing Maroon. Everybody who was there with the Caucasian was coming into the jungle. That's why they are running away. Because they are in autonomous area. They are in Sipaliwini in Jukaland. If it was a Native American, it was normal. They would say, oh, it's an Indian, man. Oh, okay. But if they see a Caucasian, they know, oh, death is coming. These people are coming to kill. That's how we know them. It's not a joke. That's how we know these people, man. Lie, make up lies, and kill black people. That's how I know them. Real talk. Nigga, now you see it. That's why they trying to fight all these things. Like, I was, nigga. Yeah, let's see it, man. Various video review. And later on, you will see baptism. When I was saying baptism is the basic of my culture, you will see the Gramang is the king of the village. He will come because he had a deal. They made a treaty with him, the Dutch and the English, to pay him yearly. So my people would stop and attacking them in the cities and the plantation and all those stuff. So they signed a treaty with my people like, yo, don't come anymore to attack us in the cities and all those stuff. So you will see the Gramang, he gets paid every year for to maintain peace. In some kind of way. Various video review, man. Let's see it.
But nothing else. We later discovered that our unexpected inception, for we are white male to the African slaves who broke their chains, conquered, and continue to defy the encroachments of civilization. And now we have arrived in the land of the Jukas. Just behind this waterfall lies a village that was founded 2 centuries ago and remains to this day as a remarkable testimonial to the African slaves who broke their chains of bondage and founded the first independent democracy in the New World. Before entering the village, we come upon a few of its inhabitants, who seem to be taken by surprise and are not very cordial in their reception. For we are white men and the traditional enemies to the Jukas, who cannot forget the cruel treatment which their forefathers received from our race. To enter the village, one must pass under a palm-fringed pole mounted horizontally over the main pathway. This simple but compulsory ritual, in the minds of the Jukas, relieves the visitor of evil spirits so that he can bring no harm to the inhabitants. The village itself is patterned after those of West Africa, the aboriginal home of the Jukas. At first it appeared to be deserted, but we soon discovered that our unexpected intrusion had frightened the natives, who took to cover at the sight of us. In spite of their proverbial independence, the inherited fear of the white man is still in the hearts of the Jukas. We later learned that at this village it was necessary for a visitor to announce his coming several days in advance by special messenger, and this was a formality that we had completely overlooked. It required much persuasion and cajoling before we could calm their fears and assure them that our mission was a friendly one. But nothing could be accomplished in this respect until we had explained matters to the king, or grand man of the village, a most unique character, who seriously accepted our apologies for trespassing upon his royal domain. His Majesty's uniform, scepter, and silver badge are the gifts of the Dutch government. There are 6 tribes of Jukas in Dutch Guiana, and each tribe has its own rulers. Once a year, the 6 Negro kings, with much pomp and ceremony, journey down the long river to Paramaribo, the capital of Dutch Guiana, to be royally entertained by the white governor, who also presents each of them with 1,500 guilders, the annual tribute of the Dutch government to the land of the Jukas, a custom which dates from the days of the Black Rebellion. The Jukas have 2 languages, talkie-talkie, a strange combination of French, Dutch, English, and Portuguese, which outsiders may understand, and deepie-talkie, a secret language known only to themselves. Affairs of vital importance are discussed in the deepie-talkie tongue. They have no written language. In Jukaland, the man builds many houses, for he is prolifically polygamous, and each of his wives must have her own home. The father may have 5 or 6 houses with a different wife and family living in each. But generally speaking, marriage is not taken very seriously, and sexual relationships are apt to be promiscuous. Paternity, therefore, in this primitive society is a doubtful equation, whereas maternity is never in doubt, and it is for this reason that the grand man, or king, inherits his title and position strictly from his mother. The prospective husband must pay a bride price or dowry to the bride's family, and if he discovers that the bride is not a virgin, he is entitled to a refund. As each house is completed, a wife moves in, and the family begins to multiply. The mother is really the all-important member of the colony, for it is through her that lineal descent is determined and the primitive culture of her people is preserved. Her mission in life is to work, produce children, and share her husband with other women. This she accepts as her natural destiny, and beyond that, nothing concerns her. The children have no organized games, no schools, nothing that is considered essential to progress, yet they live happily in an atmosphere of peace, which is still but a dream in the so-called civilized world. Bathing is a communal event that confines itself to this method because of the carnivorous fish which inhabit the jungle streams. The all-important problem in the life of the village belle is the care of her kinky locks, which apparently require a mathematical mind to arrange them in their very exacting proportions. The Jukas are the characteristic West African types, with broad noses, thick lips, and kinky hair. There are no evidences of racial mixture among them, no hybrids, no mulattoes. Due to centuries of isolation, the purest strain of Negroid blood in the Western world may be found here. From time immemorial, rice has been one of the chief sources of food in tropical countries, and it is one of the most prolific of all crops. Everyone in Juka land earns the food he eats and lives on an even par with his neighbor. Communism is practiced here in its ideal state, and aside from occasional quarrels over women, nothing seems to mar the general peace and happiness of the community. Although some food is prepared in the individual houses, a large amount of cooking is done in community kitchens. Cassava, the principal food, is made from the poisonous roots of cassava plants, which are skinned and grated and pounded into a starch-like pulp. Before the cassava may be cooked, it is necessary to remove the poisonous prussic acid which it contains, and the method for doing this is most unique. A quantity of the cassava pulp is placed in a long cylindrical container made from finely woven reeds. When this container is suspended from a tree and stretched, it compresses and causes the prussic acid to flow out through its porous reeds. This acid is so poisonous that when enough of it is taken, it will cause instant death. Bush Negroes have been known to commit suicide by drinking it, and yet it is extracted from the cassava roots, the Juka's staff of life. After this treatment, whatever poison may be left in the pulp is made harmless through cooking. The preparation of cassava brings to mind the vast number of human sacrifices which primitive people must make in determining the jungle foods which are non-poisonous and safe to eat. When a Juka boatman goes on a journey, he invariably takes a stack of these huge pancakes with him, and as he paddles over the jungle streams, he occasionally breaks off a piece of cassava, dips it in the water, and eats it. The distance he plans to travel may be determined by the number of pancakes which he takes with him. Twilight is heralded by the sound of drums, heartbeats of the jungle, calling the villagers to play and to dance.
This is Caucasian music playing on the background, just saying. This is not the drum they playing. They just place their own music there, just like they lying about everything else. You've seen a woman smoke, let's leave. You've seen a woman just smoking, right? It's allowed in my culture. It's not like their oppressive culture. Just saying. But the music you're hearing is not our music. It's just the Caucasian place that any African music, they will put this kind of music, even in America. The jungle, so-called jungle bunny music. That's why when I say these people should not say anything to black people, I really mean it. These so-called Israelis are the same people who are here telling all these lies. That's why you can see my writings right at the bottom. Yeah? So it's clear that, yeah, let's leave it at that. I'm going to play the last part and then leave it at that for today, man. Let's see it. Fair use video review.
Under the hypnotic spell of these jungle drums, the whole village sways in rhythm, the same sense of rhythm that characterizes the Negro race the world over, and manifests itself in Negro children almost as soon as they are able to walk. The monotonous beat of drums has...
You see, this is a medicine man. Because of the way he dances, and you see his clothing is just like in the Bible, the square, like in Ghana. Yeah, just saying. But that's why I say not everybody is spiritual. This is a spiritual dance. That's why he's doing it. Not every Chinese is a kung fu fighter. That's what I mean. Not every Maroon is a magician or is a medicine man. Not every Native American is a medicine man or lives in a teepee. Fair use video reviews, a small little part yet, and then leave it at that.
A magical face the world over, and Under the hypnotic spell of these jungle drums, the whole village sways in rhythm, the same sense of rhythm that characterizes the Negro race the world over, and manifests itself in Negro children almost as soon as they are able to walk. The monotonous beat of drums has a magical effect upon these people. It appears to hypnotize them and make them dance like this for hours without fatigue. And so life goes on among the Jukas, year in and year out, as it has done for centuries past and may continue to do for centuries to come.
He's saying as they have been doing for centuries. Imagine Caucasian going to this place to get my people and bring them to the city. Just saying. I'm gonna leave it at this, man. All your stories is fantasy. All your history is stolen from black people and indigenous people around the world. That's what you need to come to understand. That's why once in a while somebody will come out and say, Christianity is paganism. It is not Christianity is paganism. It's indigenous culture stolen and placed in a book. Yes. All your Jehovah Getuige and Mormon is stolen history of black people and native people around the world. That's why they trying the best they can to degrade black people everywhere. This is not our music, but they took away the maroon music and they placed their jungle bunny music beneath it. Jealousy and sickness, because if you're not jealous or sick, you won't do this. Because my people don't care about them. We don't recognize their God. We don't recognize their law. Nothing about the Caucasian do we recognize. Nothing. There is nothing about another. There is really nothing about another nation that maroon and accept about any other people. We just living our life. We don't care about your God or whatever you think. Real talk. I'm telling you, most maroon will not tell you, but I'm telling you, that's how they think. All these things that you think, we're looking down, no, they are looking down upon you because you know nothing. Real talk. Yes. Did the Caucasian teach these people to build these houses? And even with the part with the gari, with the gari is like couscous. Even with that part with the yuca, that's also called yuca. Let me show you. Because when I do these things, stupidity, my grandfather used to say, stupidity has no medicine, man. Jealousy and sickness. Because racism is the greatest form of jealousy. That's what you need to know. Racism is the greatest form of jealousy. Racism doesn't really exist. It's jealousy, sickness. That's what you need to understand, man. Let me show you this. You see the name yuca coming up and going? Yuca means cassava. Here. It means cassava. Gari. That's why you have Garifuna people in America. Because they eat cassava, gari. Moroccans eat a variation of this called couscous. They eat couscous because ancient Ghana is Morocco. Where Morocco is now, we used to be called ancient Ghana. Where Mauritania, all those places. That's why they are Okang. They are mixed people from like in the 8th century, 9th century. That's why the same thing they are doing with Brazil. To change let's leave it, man. I've told many stories. I'm gonna leave it about this. And yeah, man, tomorrow or the day after that, I will make another movie, man. Tomorrow or the day after that. You see that the right button? Go back and watch the movie where he says they have no written language. That's why all the time I have to come and show this. Maroons ran away from the plantation. What? Yeah, but we were 400 years apart. They were held by the Indians. I thought the Indians were slaughtered, 77 million, before you went and took Africans to bring to Suriname. So how could the Indian resurrect to go and help Maroons? Maroons, the Africans and Indians always had babies in America. That's why you have the Maori. The people of New Zealand are Maori, Papua. Australia. Stupidity has no medicine. That's what my grandfather used to say. Stupidity has no medicine, man. So I won't even see it as stupidity. I will see it as deliberately going out there and telling false stories, just like Pastor Gino Jennings said in one of those videos yesterday. The devil knows he's dying and is trying to take as many black people along with him as possible. And I say black people because black people is the only one on the planet with this hair, kingly hair, crown on his hair. Black people hair sticks up to the Most High. Every other hair is falling down, nigga. We are the only one with this hair. Maybe that's why they hate black people. Because I got my helmet to protect me against the sun. This same hair of mine, I can use it as a cushion to sleep. So, nigga, Nagasaki. Let's leave it at that, man. Later, Tamara. Tomorrow, you see, I say Tamara like Tamare means and tomorrow Amanya. Nyame. Later, man.